It's a priceless mummy of the pharaoh Menkaure. That's why it's secured with a combination lock. I used my birth date as the combination, the month, the day, and finally the year.
That's probably not a smart thing to tell me. I'm psychic, you know. I could easily guess your birthday.
I don't see how that matters. If you're truly psychic, you'd know the combination regardless of whether it was my birthday.
March 21st.
Not even close.
Right. But the month's got an A in it. Or an E.
Actually, no. Forgive me for saying so, but you're not very good at what you do. I will tell you that if you take the number of letters in the month times itself, you'll get the day.
Tut tut. Say no more. I have it sussed. So, what year were you born?
That's an impertinent question to ask a lady. Nevertheless, my lack of confidence in your ability is such that I would gladly part with that information. I was born in 1867.
I closed the vent. I've routed the steam into the next room.
Okay.
And you...
Now that I have a little more information, let's see if I can decipher the combination to this lock. A sarcophagus. It looks thousands of years old. I think I'll hang on to the shroud that was covering it. That set off an alarm. I'd best make myself scarce.
Excuse me for interrupting.
Oh, not at all.
It's just that the heat sensor in hold number 4 went off, and the captain thought you should be alerted.
Hold number 4. Menkaure is in hold number 4.
Oh, it is as I predicted.
Pardon me?
I've got to be sure it's okay. Excuse me, both of you.
My, she left in a hurry.
Yes, sir, she did. Well, I'd best be getting back to my duties.
And I shall retire to my room. All this crying has me knackered.
At last. I'd better sneak out while I can.
Mrs. Ashley, I've found you. I witnessed an event below deck a short time ago which I thought would be of interest to you.
Pray tell.
Well, I was endeavouring to check in some of Mr. Ashley's valuables with the ship's purser when I chanced to see a middle-aged woman arguing with a steward. She was demanding to be allowed up to the first-class cabins, and the steward in question wasn't having any of it. He said he didn't know how she managed to come across the first-class boarding pass, but he was going to get to the bottom of it. And until such time, she was relegated to steerage.
That's very interesting, Montague, but I have more important things on my mind right now.
I understand, madam. I simply thought you'd be keen to know the lady in question was not a stranger to me.
Please don't tell me it was my mother.
I'm afraid it was.
The schemer. She had your boarding pass after all.
Well, that as may be, madam. But surely her intentions were simply to keep watch over her only daughter.
Montague, I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't know her as well as I do. In any case, I need to find her and have a word. You said the steward escorted her back to steerage.
Yes. However, I'd imagine they would be no more inclined to let a young upper-class woman down to steerage than they would allow your mother up here.
Then I'll simply have to find a way to sneak down.
Might I make a suggestion, madam?
By all means.
Just as your mother's dishevelled appearance was enough to prevent her gaining access to first class in spite of her boarding pass, so would your appearance prevent you from gaining access to steerage. If you are insistent upon this course, which I must strongly advise you against, Perhaps your passage will be facilitated by, at this one moment at least, being a little bit more like your mother.
Are you sure you don't mean more like myself?
I think you'll find either option will suffice. You may not have been born into high society, but to the casual observer, you veil yourself quite well. You must let your guard down and embrace your past, my dear girl.
Thanks, I think.
Not at all, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, hello there.
Forgive me for being impertinent, but are you feeling all right? You seem a bit flustered.
I'm sorry. No need to burden you with my problems. I'm just a bit on edge. I'm the ship's curator, you see. Odette Duchamp.
It's lovely to meet you, Odette. I'm Margaret Ashley.
I know your name is Ashley.
I don't recognize that game you're playing. Might I ask what it's called?
I haven't the slightest idea. That fool psychic Yannick said that if I wished to get a proper reading from him, I had to first separate his spirit deck into 2 separate chakric spheres. Spirit deck, indeed.
Did he tell you how?
Oh no, that would be too easy. He gave me this temporal oracle, which I might add looks exactly like a poorly made pocket watch, and said the hands would guide me. Fool.
If you find him so disagreeable, why do you care if he gives you a reading or not?
Oh, my dear, he's unimportant in the grand scheme, simply a blithering conduit for a far greater power. But his pronouncements are a bond. I wouldn't much like to share dinner with the man, but his words are invaluable.
If you say so.
Would you care to give it a try? I can't make head nor tails of it.
Yes, all right.
Let me take a quick look. You did it! Thank you so much. It seems so elementary in hindsight. I'd better go find Yannick, which won't be difficult. He calls himself a medium, but I'd say he's more of a large.
Anytime, Odette. Good luck. Odette left a tea cake behind. I'm sure she won't mind if I put it to good use. George, what are you doing up here?
I didn't do nothing, and you can't prove that I did.
Oh, really? You didn't make this mess?
No, someone took me favorite book. Went right off of it. I ain't going nowhere till I get it back.
This is ridiculous. What was the book called?
It's one of the Charlie series, isn't it?
I don't know what that means.
You don't know Charlie? He's got some great ones. Charlie goes fishing, Charlie goes to the park.
Yes, I think I see what you're getting at. Let me see if I can find you a Charlie book.
I'll keep looking here till you find it.
Is this the book, George?
Oh, that's it. I knew they had it.
Oh, that's a happy ending then. So are you going to clean up this mess before you run off to read? Marvelous. Gets what he wants and off he goes. Guess I'll have to clean up. There, snug as a bug. Oops, a library card fell from one of the books. I'll hang on to it for the moment.
Where to, ma'am?
F deck, please.
Pardon me?
F deck.
I'm sorry, ma'am. F deck is for third-class passengers only.
Young man, I don't have time to argue. I need to get to F deck, and either you are going to take me or I'll lower a rope over the side of this bleeding ship and climb down myself.
Begging your pardon, ma'am, but F deck is not the sort of place you want to be mucking about in. If your husband were to find out I allowed you passage unescorted, it'd mean my job.
That is... that... I don't think that's its intended... This should help me learn which buttons get pressed.
Of course, Mrs. Ashley. Wait here. I won't be a moment. Mrs. Ashley, begging your pardon, I can't seem to find your coat.
Oh, not a problem. Montague must have collected it already. Thank you for looking.
My pleasure.
That did it. Let's see what required such impenetrable protection. Now, let's see what looks good. Or more accurately, bad on me. My sense of style is second to none.
Where to, ma'am?
F-deck, please.
Ma'am, I applaud your perseverance. And that outfit is indeed more fitting for a seamstress than a duchess. But it is still a bit unmarked.
Oh? And what, pray tell, would you suggest?
I wouldn't be so bold as to suggest how ma'am should treat her clothes, if those are in fact ma'am's clothes. But I cannot in good conscience take you to steerage unless, how to put this delicately, tatty them up a bit?
You're impossible.
No, only highly improbable.
How? They must have thought it was a dead animal. Which is just about what it looks like now.
Where to, ma'am?
F-deck, please.
Of course. I hope you don't mind me saying, ma'am, but that coat doesn't really suit you. Looks like a buzzard mistook it for carrion.
And you.